welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. I'm getting a great start to the 24-25 firewood season. I got a big pile here right beside the Wolfe Ridge. Tomorrow, Levi and I will split this up. I would say there's a good couple cords of wood right here. Mix of cherry, maple, red oak, and I even see a little bit of locust in there. Nice stuff. And over here by the split force splitter, I'm starting a nice pile of nice straight cherry. That stuff there will be for ultra premium bundle firewood. Most of that will go in the IBC tote, the pieces with the bark right into the wood bunker. I got a nice fire going down below, some big gnarly stuff that I'm not even going to deal with. I'm getting that all burned up and going through all the good stuff in this pile, and occasionally grabbing a log or two from the other wood pile. I'd like to get all this cleaned up down here in the next week or so, but there's a lot of good wood in here, and it's kind of on its way to becoming dry, to tell you the truth. Some of this has been down here for well over a year. It's by no means seasoned yet, but it's got a good start. So when I'm sorting and piling up these firewood rounds with the excavator, probably not the most efficient way to do it, but it is definitely the easiest on my back. It doesn't take long though. Some of these I can kind of scoop up with the firewood bucket. Some of them I throw in the firewood bucket with the excavator. The smaller ones, I just toss them in by hand. But I probably have in this pile right here and that down there, 2 hours, 2.5 hours worth of cutting and getting it up in here. Not too bad. But anyway, I will report back tomorrow morning when we take all these big pieces and make them smaller. All right, so I'm back down at the wood yard this morning. I had some running around to do, then I sharpened a couple saws, and I did cut some more firewood. If I had to guess, I don't know, there's at least 2.5 cords of wood right here. This is about what we used last winter. So if I didn't sell firewood, this is pretty much all that we would need for the year. But here in just a bit, I'm going to fire up the split force, split some more bundle firewood, and then I got Levi doing some things right now. When he's done, he's going to come down and we will split up what you see right here. But before we do that, I need to talk about something. So I was just reading through the comments from the video that I published this morning. That was the one where I was out looking for a dump truck or a cabin chassis and trying to figure this all out as far as a CDL license goes, what I can haul, what I can't haul, what size trailer I can pull. And I mentioned in that video, you can still pull a trailer 10,000 pounds or less, even if the GVW on the truck is like 19,500, like a 550 would be. You can still do that without a CDL, but there's no way that I could haul my excavator or my skid loader without needing a CDL. I've looked it up, I've looked at it all different ways, just can't happen. And I see a lot of comments from people, and I realized unless you are looking into this kind of stuff or that it affects you personally, people don't realize how much things have changed and how much they're changing every day. You know, I saw comments, you only need a CDL if you have air brakes. That was 35 years ago. Who knows how long ago? You know, now in Pennsylvania, you have to go to a school, and it is not like a 1 or 2 day thing. This is weeks on end, and that's the only way I could possibly do it. And then you get into the DOT numbers and all that. Now, when I talked to a state trooper the other day, and he was the motor carrier, or he was a DOT guy. You know, he works at the scales along the side of the highway, and he was very knowledgeable. But even he told me straight up, you know, certain things like the DOT numbers, for example, and all that. If you put a truck in your name, not a business name, and you can prove that, you know, you're just hauling equipment from your one property to another property, you may be able to get away without the DOT numbers. You could, but like he said, he goes, you're going to have to prove that to them. You know what I mean? There's nothing easy about any of this. I would need the DOT numbers because, you know, I make money selling firewood. Plus I got to cross straight, you know, state lines and all that kind of stuff. There's just a lot to it, and a lot has changed. And I keep getting comments about Blueford. I still have it. People think I'm crazy for not fixing that truck up and pulling my equipment to West Virginia with it. You could do a complete restoration on that truck. It's 50 years old, and every trip I made to West Virginia, I would get pulled over. I'm telling you right now, that's the way it is around here. Maybe not in your area, or maybe you never tried it, but it's just not that easy anymore. The laws are written today that you can get a ticket no matter what you do. That's my opinion. I mean, you may be able to fight some things in court, but if you get pulled over or stopped over and weighed and they want to, they're going to find something. It's just, you have thousands and thousands of laws on the books, and it's nearly impossible to figure it all out. Every day, we probably all break some law that we don't even know about. You know what I mean? But it's just a different world. And what happens is, change happens, in my opinion, pretty fast, but over time, and people don't realize what it's like out there unless it affects you. No matter what business you're in or what industry you're in, everybody has stories of trying to, you know, cut through the red tape and get things done. But it's just crazy out there. It is. And, you know, like I said before, if you're a big company that has the resources, what they do, they just send a bunch of people to a school. They pay for it all. They even teach these classes in different languages just to get people from other countries, whatever, to get truck drivers and to get them their CDL. The schooling, I don't think really teaches you how to drive a truck safely, so to speak. I think it teaches you more on how to pass the test that you are legal to drive down the road. That's my opinion, and I base that opinion on what I've seen and talking to people that are very, very knowledgeable on the subject. I'll just leave it at that. Here's another example of things changing. We're all familiar with this, right? DEF fluid. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to start saving each and every one of these. Maybe I'll throw them in an IBC tote. We'll see what we end up with over a year's time, and then we can decide whether, you know, this is actually saving the planet or not. So I had to run up to the house to grab a battery. I just came back down. I wanted to show you this. That is easily a year's worth of firewood for us, and Levi and I split that in an hour and a half. Unbelievable. Here comes Melissa. See how things are. Wow, your hair looks nice.
Thanks, I got it done today.
Got your hair done?
Yeah. You know what I wanted to tell you? They say you're an owl.
I'm not falling for it again.
Oh, come on, just for the video.
Who said that? Ha ha ha. She got me our day like 5 times in a row. Say it again so they understand what we're...
They say you're an owl.
And you're supposed to say who?
Owl. I say, yeah, which you did.
I know. I'm like, what are you talking?
And you still said,
who?
And he still said to me, who? Who did?
Yeah, real funny, Melissa.
Who?
So, so tell them the big news.
All right, so Morgan's Off the Leash is my only other channel. I have a video published. Go check it out.
Yeah, it was a good video. It's doing really well, and a lot of people liked it. But
yeah, for the first time in 33 years of marriage.
Yeah, that's what it's called. I'll put a link in the description and maybe even pin a comment as well on that one.
Okay.
But
that'd be great.
Yeah, it was a good video, and you're going to do more.
I am.
So
I've had a lot of encouragement, a lot of positive feedback, which I need because it just is. I appreciate it.
We're just busy all the time.
Yeah, there's a lot going on that you don't know about.
Like what?
Not you, just the viewers.
Oh yeah, it's a whole thing around here.
It is a whole thing.
So I was just telling him, see that giant pile of firewood right there?
Yeah.
Levi and I split that in 1.5 hours. That's easily a year's worth of firewood.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't have me guess, because I would have guessed 45 minutes.
That's a lot of wood, Melissa. You would have guessed 45 minutes?
The splitter's pretty fast. Who's slowing you down in this production? You or Levi?
Oh my goodness, I was feeling good about it.
I think it's good. I think it's good. Maybe there's a lot I'm not looking at, you know.
I pushed what was in there way back to the back, so everything you see stacked up is from today.
Okay, okay.
So do you want to change your opinion?
I'm still going to stay with 45 minutes. Do you want to push it over to that side and you and I split and see if we can...
Well, we need to cut for half a day just to get that much wood again.
Something needs to get faster.
So we were just talking about the leaves again. You're probably sick of us talking about them, but it has been the nicest fall.
It has been.
Before I said in the last 10 years, I'm going to just say it in the last 20 years. At least as far back as I can remember, for real. But the bad news is this. They're starting to hit the ground today pretty good, and it's been warm. Like, I blew all the leaves in the yard up there probably, 4 days ago? Mm-hmm. And there's really not that many in there, but this afternoon they're just starting to fall. And this weekend, it's going to cool way down. I think Sunday. But like next week, they're calling for like highs like 40, 45 degrees and lows in the 20s and some rain. And I think it's going to be different than most years because these are all going to hit the ground in like 2 days.
Yeah.
You know, usually it's over weeks. But it's going to look a whole lot different here 1 week from today.
Yeah. Yeah. More brown and then...
Yeah, then we get into the brown and gray season.
So it's getting darker earlier, but looking out through the woods, you can see further because the trees are dropping their leaves and it's opening up and it looks so much bigger and you can see further. So
yeah, the
good with the bad.
Yeah, winter's coming now.
But you mentioned about this being the most beautiful fall in like the last 10 years.
20, but yeah.
Okay, 20. But you know what? I really kind of think it's that for you. And what I mean, like, our kids growing up, I remember them being like, oh, this was the best Christmas ever. And like, it was still a good Christmas. Or the other kid was like, oh, my best Christmas was like 2 years ago or something. I think it's all in that memory of...
So you don't think this is the best fall?
I think it looks great. But I think you're appreciating it and it's the best for you.
I've seen other people say the same thing, Melissa.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it is the best. If you're into fall colors, I don't know.
I don't know.
You're right, it stinks.
No, I don't think it stinks. I just think maybe every year we say that.
No, I've never been this, no.
You've never been this sure.
I've never.
And I think you're really kind of starting to enjoy life, that you can stop and look at the, you know, the expression stop and smell the roses. You're able to stop and look at the
That may be
leaves and kind of just be like, this is the best one yet.
That may be it. There may be something to that. I don't know.
There you have it. Thanks so much for being here.
We're not done yet. She's trying to wrap this up, and I have something else I want to show you here in a little bit.
He wants to show you me leaving.
No, there's something I do want to show you, though, about this Wolfe Ridge splitter. I'll take you up there in a minute, but that was the point of this video, to show you, you know, if you're one of those people and there's something wrong with you and you don't like splitting firewood, one of those Wolfe Ridges would be pretty sweet, because you could literally split all your firewood for the year in an hour and a half with that. But I did learn a couple little tricks on this machine since I've been running this the last couple years. Some of you that run a 4-way wedge may already be aware of this, but I'm going to go over there and fire it up, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And you are going to go make tuna noodle casserole, one of my favorite dinners that she despises. But
I just don't love it. I don't even like it, but I'll make it for you, because
Hunter
he loves
it.
it. Yeah, Hunter loves it. He loves it. And then I'll just, you know,
Oh, you'll eat it.
I'll go out to dinner or something by myself.
All right. All right, so I'm going to throw a piece of red oak on here, and I want to show you something. I'm going to start it up and just let it idle. Hopefully you can hear me. All right, so I am running a 4-way wedge. That's usually what I use. This piece right here would be a good candidate for a 6-way wedge, but they're not all this size. I have found running a 6-way, you want everything to be about this size right here. But we have a 4-way on, and a little trick that I used, it's no big deal, but it definitely saves you some time. We split our wood a little bit smaller maybe than some do, but I get this wedge down low to the beam, right? Now, usually you'd think you want to kind of center this on there, but if you do that, you're going to have two pieces that you need to pull back to resplit. I don't like doing that. So for something this big, I'll favor the side that I'm working on right here, okay? Let's see if this will split this at an idle. So I'm favoring this side over here. Now what that did for me, I've got 3 pieces that are ready to head to the conveyor. And then this one, I'll center it up. Like so. Yeah, so out of that one round, I got 7 pieces, a nice variety of sizes, but that works good for me. Now, it has to be kind of a certain size round, but I favor the side that I'm working on, and I only have one piece that I need to resplit, and it's on the side that's easy to reach.